Hi! You're going to flip your lid for this Christmas gift idea. It's easy to make and fun to get, and we'll be decorating it with the Stampin' Up! Good Tidings stamp set. Welcome! I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 16 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles. So when somebody gets your fun gift and asks, "Where did you buy such a cool idea?" you can say you made it. Here's a closer view of the Good Tidings stamp set. Look at the gorgeous detail in the holly leaves and the berries. The Good Tidings stamp set is a limited edition stamp set from the 2017 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. And on Monday, November 20th, 2017 only, you can order the Good Tidings stamp set for 20% off in my online store. Now, Stampin' Up! Is kicking off their annual online extravaganza sale with a 24-hour only stamp set sale. Now, there will be a lot of great products on sale for the 7-day sale, but the stamp set sale is only for the first 24 hours. Select stamp sets are 20% off. Now, if you're on my mailing list, I'll make sure you have all of the details on this set so you don't miss any of the great discounts. All right, so now we're ready to make our easy gift that is so much fun to get. Our Good Tidings gift is easy to make and so much fun to get. They'll open their gift by pulling the tab. So I'm sure you've seen this before, but I'm going to show you how to make your own so you can put what you want inside. So it starts with buying a can with a pull tab, and there are quite a few of those out there. But what you want to look for is a bottom that is the same as the top, because we're going to remove the bottom to leave the top intact for them to open. Okay, and so some of the pull tab cans on the bottom, it's molded, making it virtually, if not impossible, to remove. And so my second recommendation, well, is to pick a can that you like what's inside, because this is so easy to make. You're probably going to want to make a lot of these. All right, so what you then need is a can opener that is going to remove the entire lid, okay, not just the inside as an ordinary can opener. And so this is the one I used, and I found on Amazon a can opener that looks really nice that does that same thing. So here, this is what it does. I did that to save us a bit of time. See how it removes that whole bottom so you don't have any sharp edges. All right, so there we go. Easy, easy, easy. So the next thing is to fill it. Now, what a fun idea for a small gift. How about for a gift card? What a unique way to get a gift card. And this is a really fun idea if you want to do this for your coworkers. You know, something inexpensive is a lottery ticket. You know, $1 with the chance of winning up to $5,000. You know, just a really fun way. And inexpensive, you know, for the mailman, your hairdresser, all of that. We're looking for those inexpensive ideas just to say Merry Christmas. So put your gift in there. And then I like to just fill it with some candy. So I've got some Tootsie Rolls, some midget Tootsie Rolls to put around there. Now it's an extra fun treat. So, you know, a piece of jewelry would go in here well too. All right, there we go. Get that nice and filled. Aha. All right, so we got that full. And now we need to put our lid back on. We need to secure it. So what I'm going to use is this diamond glaze. Stampin' Up! Used to carry crystal effects. And so I went, and I believe this was the same thing, so I ordered it to make sure. So if you have crystal effects, you're all set. If not, the diamond glaze. And I'll have a link to where you can pick that up too if you don't find it in your local craft store. So let's take this and go around this outside rim. Here we go. Easy, easy, easy. So much fun. All right. There, so we went around the whole perimeter, and so now we just replace it. Let's hold it in place for just a little bit to let it dry. You know, let's hold it down. And so now it's all sealed up, and just what a fun way to give a gift. And when we decorate it, oh boy. All right, so we hold that in place and give that a bit to dry, and then we've got some stamping to do. I held this down for, I'd say, about 30 seconds, definitely not more than a minute, and I've got this really great hold. So now to stamp, I have some Whisper White cardstock and the basic black Archival Stampin' Pad. We're going to push, flip, and lock that lid into place. Okay, and so our Good Tidings of Great Joy, ink this up, and I'm going to go towards the center because we're going to be die cutting it. Hold that down because I want a really great image. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we're done with that. We can put that aside. Fantastic. And now some more Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to start with using the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. We're going to punch a hole. I'm going to stamp after I punch it. We're going to make ourselves a gift tag. And I found it a lot easier to get the alignment after it was stamped because this is a photopolymer stamp set. We can see through them. So now we're going to use the Old Olive Classic Stamp Pad. Again, push, flip, and lock that into place. Okay, and so the to and from stamp I'm going to use is also included in the Good Tidings stamp set. And so I'm going to come down a little bit further, and you'll see why when we use it. Oh, very nice. And then our from. Oh, good, 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 good. Okay, so we're done with that. Oh, well, no, we're not. We're going to use it some more. Old Olive is one of the colors in the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper. And so now for our holly leaves, we're going to start with them. And so this is a 2-step stamp set. And so when it's a photopolymer set, it's really a lot easier if you start with the detail. The detail will have the darkest ink. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I only need 2 of these, but like I tell my friends on Stamping Playground, you know what? While you have it out, let's just go ahead and do some extras in case we're not thrilled with the first ones. You know, we're all set. We can just try again. Okay, so there we go. And now for the second stamp, I'm going to use the same color ink. You want the second one, the fill, to be a lighter color. And how you do that is you do a technique called stamping off. All we're doing is stamping off some of the ink. So now when I come back and stamp again, I have a lighter version of the same color. Okay. Just rotating this to where I want it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So let's do that again. You stamp off. And so I'm lining up that berry. And when I have my Stamparatus, won't this be easy? Oh, very nice. Okay, so stamp off, come in. I'm going to go ahead because I've got berries to put in here yet. Might as well finish these off. So while it's in my hand, it doesn't take very much longer to go ahead and do that again. I'm trying really hard. I hover over. I get right down and look right over. But if I did that, I'm sure my head would be in the camera. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's pull on that. All right, and now for our real red to fill in our berries. Push, flip. And again, we're going to start with the most detail. Okay, ink that up. And then they have these little tabs on there so you keep them in the same direction. That's really nice for the lining up. And we're coming in there. Oh, love it. Oh, beautiful. We're going to need that because we'll be stamping off again. Oh, very, very nice. There we go. And so now, and see, it's easier to see through because when you're trying to line up a second time through the lighter color. Okay, I didn't do such a hot job on that one. That's why we're glad we have some extras. Oh, there. That's what we wanted. Go over here. Aha! And one more. Then we'll pick our 2 favorites. Fantastic! Isn't that beautiful? So we'll pull on that lip. And what I'm doing is, I have my stamping sleeves, just a quick wipe, so I don't get ink where I don't want it. So now, let's do some die cutting, and then we'll put everything together. I've got my Big Shot die cutting machine, and we'll be die cutting with the largest circle die from the Layering Circles Framelits dies. And because I'm going to want that to hold in place so it's centered around our Good Tidings of Great Joy, I'm using the magnetic platform. This is an additional purchase, but one I highly recommend. So that's the start of our sandwich. Next we need a cutting pad, And then our Whisper White cardstock with our Good Tidings, A Great Joy. And now for our die. And there is a raised edge. That's the cutting edge. Put that down, and we want to center that around there. Look at that. And it's holding it in place, so then when we place another cutting pad to finish our sandwich, we're all set. So we just go ahead and crank that through. And there we go. Quick and easy. We can cut beautiful circles and frame it where they're perfectly centered. We're going to wrap our can with this great plaid pattern from the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper, and our Good Tidings, A Great Joy will go on the front. That felt kind of stark to me, so what we're going to do is we're going to give it a color wash with some Old Olive Classic Stampin' Pad ink using my favorite watercoloring tool, the Aqua Painter. So what we do first is we press that ink pad into the lid. Here we go, push and flip, and then we've got all that color there we can use. So next, take this off, and then I squeeze to get it going. There we go, and wipe off the excess, and let's come over here and pick up some color. And we're just going to scribble back and forth. Like I said, and just, there we go. We're not looking for any kind of perfection, just that wash. Isn't that cool? There we go. And so, as much as I love watercoloring, some of my sweet stampers have said, Shelley, I'm still not all that good at it. So I got thinking about it. If you'd like that idea of filling it in without watercoloring, look at this. What I did was I stamped it with the Watercolor Wash Stamp. This is this big background. Now, remember that technique we just did of stamping off? Well, I did the same. It was too dark using this full strength, so I stamped off on some scrap paper and then stamped on there. So that's another option. I prefer this look, so we're going to stay with this, but there we go. All right, so remember that, the watercolor wash. And then we have our beautiful holly leaves that we stamped earlier. So now all we need to do is trim these out with our paper snips. Okay, love, love, love my paper snips. They just make it so easy to do this kind of detail cutting. Look, just go right around those. So we need 2 of those. So I'm going to finish these, and then we're going to put that can together for just such a fun gift to get. We've got our holly cut out, our tag made, and our Good Tidings, A Great Joy die cut and watercolored. So now we're ready to decorate our can. So we're going to use tear and tape adhesive to adhere our Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper to the can. Now I'll have a link to my blog post with all of the measurements, but depending on the can you choose, you may need to adjust that. So let's go ahead and put this on the back. It's black on the opposite side, so a little piece of our scrap paper underneath. And the tear and tape adhesive, love this stuff. So easy to use with a nice strong hold. All right, so we want to get up to that edge, and you can tear it off. And you know what? Whoops, I really don't want anything left hanging over, so I'm going to go ahead and use my paper snips and trim that nice and neat. There we go. So, what I'm going to do, this may sound odd, but I'm going to start with just doing the tear and tape on one side. So let's press really well, because then I don't have to think so much. That sounds silly, but you know, trying to figure out where to put stuff, a lot of times I'll put it on the wrong side, I'm like, oh, doggone it, and have to start over. And I certainly don't want to waste this large of a piece of Designer Series paper. So our seam we're going to want to the back. We're going to present it to them with the tab, you know, probably like this or about like that. So let's start about right here. Place this on. There we go. All right. Before we press down, let's make sure it's wrapping around nicely. Oh, good. You know, because if we had it at an angle, it would end up at an angle. So now let's give that a good press. Okay. And so now that I know what side where I'm at, because I don't know what I did before, but I didn't end up on the right side. It wasn't all the way to the edge. I thought, well, shoot, we'll just put the tear and tape right where we want it now. Okay? Okay, let me get this back underneath, because we've got our black mat and black paper. Okay. Let's get up to that edge. Nice, nice, nice. All right, again, I want that nice and neat, so let's use our paper snips to trim off anything that's hanging over. That's not hanging over on that side. All right, so if you press really well, it makes that backing a lot easier to get up, and that makes sense if it has a good hold. peel that off. There we go. Okay, and finish wrapping around. So nice and tight. Nice and tight. And give that a good press. Oh, look. Boy, we lined that up beautifully. So there we go. Okay, and so I considered the tear and tape adhesive for this because it's such a good hold, you know, and it's standing up. But trying to get around a circle, I just wasn't all that easy for me. So I'm going to use my Fast Fuse adhesive. Now, I've got a tip for you. I naturally do not apply a lot of pressure whenever trying to write through, you know, triplicates or duplicates. I have to consciously press hard, and when I'm scoring I have to really press down for me. Now, one of my sweet stampers, she's a piano player and her fingers are really strong, as someone was explaining to me, that, you know, from pounding the keys, because she's a piano player too. And so if you naturally apply a lot of pressure, she had trouble with her Fast Fuse adhesive. It spooled out on her. Well, and it was from applying too hard. I've never had that problem because I have a light touch. So use a light touch when using this. I still put my finger where the ridges are, but I love this adhesive and I want everyone to use it. I've got the silicone craft sheet underneath me because I want to go to this outer edge, and I really don't want it on my mat underneath me. So I'm going all the way around, and then to finish it, just do a little, okay, just a little something to break it. So a light touch, highly recommended, and you'll love, love, love your Fast Fuse. Okay, so now let's place this. All right, that's looking good and centered. Fantastic. Now let's give that a good press all the way around. Oh, perfect. Okay, and so now our holly leaves, is that cool? We're going to use one of those, and a lot of times I'd use mini glue dots, but because it may be handled, I want this to have adhesive everywhere. So let's use our Fast Fuse again with a light touch. Okay, see, there's our hot stringy cheese. I didn't break it. And let's just get all of it. Okay, there we go. And isn't this pretty? And we've got the black and the old olive, and then our little burst of color of real red. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? Once you're happy, let's press everywhere. Good, good, good. Okay, so now just to finish the top, I have here the Real Red 1/8 inch solid ribbon from the holiday catalog. I'm going to slip this through here. It's so fine and easy to do. And tie ourselves a pretty little bow. All right, come on. Fantastic. Okay. We can go ahead and trim that off now. Tie our little bow. Isn't this pretty ribbon? And if you want to use it on your Christmas cards, it's not going to bulk it up where you need any extra postage, because it's so nice and fine, but oh, so pretty. Okay, so now all you do is do a little bit of fluffing and playing to get your bow oh so pretty. There we go. Ah, and if you like really long, I've got a girlfriend who just loves really long tails. I like mine kind of shorter, so I'm going to go ahead and trim those off. There, do that little angle, makes it a little bit extra special. And then we have, do you remember our gift tag? Well, I left it extra long because it's going to go under that tab. Now, I am going to use mini glue dots. We've got a non-porous surface, so this will be good. So a couple mini glue dots. Doom and doom. And we're going to slide it up and under, and that's why our 2 is that far down. Whoops. There we go. And it's going to fit within this circle. Okay. How about that? And see, it's not covered up, the 2 and the from. All right, and then our last one, now this one, it's on top and it won't be handled like it would on the front. we'll go ahead and use our mini glue dots. So what I've done is I've peeled them back in the light so I can see them. And I take my project, my paper to it, because I don't want to touch them. Touching them will take away from that extreme stickiness we want. And let's do that little bit of decoration on here. And oh, so pretty. And look, I wanted to show you, we've left enough room to be able to write and still be able to see the names. Oh, there we have it. How easy was this to make? Oh my goodness. And it'll be so much fun to give and for them to open. And we decorated it with the beautiful Good Tidings stamp set. If you'd like to make my easy and fun to get Christmas gift idea, all the supplies are listed under the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.